Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the webinar. We're going to talk today for about a half hour about SIMS BE, Business Entity Management System, with the Montana Secretary of State's Office. I'm Mark Van Alstyne, the IT Manager, and joining with me today is Tana Gormley, our Business Services Deputy. So we're going to talk about what's new and what's not with the new system. We're going to explain the importance of authority and walk you through a step-by-step on how to register your account with SIMS. Responses to questions asked during the webinar, we're going to post those to our FAQ section on the Help Center at sos.mt.gov, and those will be available within a couple days. And then at the end, we're going to talk about annual reports, which is just about upon us right now. So a little housekeeping before we get going. If you have technical questions, please use the chat functionality. That icon is in the upper right. Click on chat and type in a question. We have someone standing by to answer your question. You can also respond to the email request that was sent out to you for this event. And ask a question by email, and someone will respond to that. If you have a question specific to the content about this or any other question, use the Q&A icon in the upper right of your screen, please, and type in a question. We'll try to get through as many of those questions as we can within the next, at the end of the session. And those we don't get to, again, we're going to post all those questions and answers to our FAQ section at sos.mt.gov. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Tana Gormley, our Business Services Deputy.
Thank you, Mark, and good morning. Let's start with what's new. The new system allows you to file business documents online, such as ABNs, LLCs, and more. Since we're using ePass, Montana's secure login, you'll be able to order and download copies online and monitor your business as well as others. Plus, you'll have access to a personalized view of your business activities, also known as your dashboard, which we'll see on the next slide. What's next? Additional features planned for releases after launch will also be included in the What's Next section of this page. What's not? Some rare items will still need to be filed by paper, as shown in the list on the right. From the SIMS BE welcome page, you can register or log in with ePass, quickly access common activities such as search for a business or file an annual report under the Get Started section, find answers to frequently asked questions, step-by-step instructions, how-to videos, and more through our Help Center. After you register and log in, you will be routed to your personalized SIMS BE dashboard. From your SIMS BE dashboard, you can quickly access frequently used tasks with Do It Now. Access all of your business documents in one place on the My Items tab. Track the status of your documents, including your unfinished business documents. Receive important business reminders, and monitor your online payments. Only authorized individuals or organizations will have authority to file and maintain businesses online. There are multiple types of authority depending on whether you are a principal, service company, or a registered agent. For existing companies, authority must be established using an activation code. You should have previously received a mailer with an activation code in a bright purple box. Please keep this code in a safe place. You will need this code after logging into ePass to register your account with the proper authority. Because business owners and registered agents have different types of authority, a separate account registration process is required for each group. For your convenience, the activation codes previously mailed to you have been color-coded to easily differentiate the process. A separate webinar presentation is available for each group. This webinar will focus on account registration step-by-step instructions for business owners with an entity activation code. There are 8 steps to register your SIMS BE account. Step 1. You should have previously received a mailer with an entity activation code in a bright purple box. You will need this code after logging into ePass to register your account for authority to access the businesses you represent as agent and as a business owner. This entity activation code will initially provide business owners with authorized authority. Then the business owner will need to grant principal authority to one or more principals. Questions about receiving multiple activation codes, missing or misplaced activation codes will be addressed during the Q&A section of this webinar. Step 2. To access SIMS BE, go to our website and click on Business Services. Or you can click on the SIMS BE icon in the middle of the page. From the Business Services website SIMS BE banner, click on Learn to learn more about activation codes, registrations, FAQs, and much, much more. Click on Start to log into SIMS BE. Click on Search to search for business names or name availability. Click on Request to find business information such as copies, certificates, principals, and more. Note, the icons in the middle of the website allow quick access to UCC lien systems, paper forms, resources for registered agents and attorneys, our business toolkit, and the Help Center. Step 3. From the SIMS BE website, click Login with ePass on the bottom right of the screen under Register Login. Step 4. From the ePass website, if you already have an ePass account to access other Montana State online services, you can log in with that username and password. Otherwise, simply create a new ePass account. After you log into ePass or create a new ePass account, you will be redirected back to SIMS BE. Step 5. On the SIMS BE Security Activation Code screen, select I did not receive a security activation code. Then, create your SIMS BE account by filling in the required user information on the screen. Please note, there are multiple types of activation codes. Your purple entity activation code that you received previously in the mail will be entered next, after you create your account. Step 6. From the Online Services menu, select Confirm Receipt of Entity Authority and choose Business Names for Assumed Business Names, Business Entities for Corporations, LLCs, and other business types, or Trademarks for your mark from the submenu. On the Confirm Receipt of Entity Authority page, enter the purple Entity Activation Code from your mailer. Select your authority type and click Validate. On the Confirm Receipt of Authority page, check the confirmation box and click Submit. Step 7. After confirming receipt of authority, you must grant principal authority to one or more principals. To do this, select Grant Authority from the Maintain Authority menu on the View Business Entity page. Then, select Principal for the authority type requested. Select the name of the principal, enter an email address to send the authority request to, and click Submit. Step 8. You're ready to go. Welcome to SIMS BE. From here, you can view and maintain the entity you have been granted authority to from the My Items tab on your dashboard. That wraps up our quick overview. The next 2 slides highlight some frequently asked questions around the activation code mailers. Due to high call volumes, we encourage you to visit the Help Center on our website to quickly find answers to many of your SIMS BE questions. One of the frequently asked questions we get asked, why did I receive multiple activation codes? There are several reasons why an entity may receive multiple activation codes in the mail. 1, if you own a business and are also a registered agent, you will receive 2 activation codes, one for your business and the other as a registered agent for the entities you represent. 2, in addition, depending on how your name is registered with our office or the way the address is displayed may result in you receiving multiple activation codes. Another frequently asked question, I do not have an activation code. What should I do? If you did not receive an activation code, please check with your registered agent or service company prior to contacting our office. It is possible the activation code was sent to them. If you misplaced the notice you were sent, please email sosbusiness@mt.gov or fax 406-444-3976 or mail on your company letterhead the following information: your business name, the position or role you hold in regards to that business, your preferred return method for receiving your activation code, your contact name and phone number, your signature of the authorized individual making the request. Please note, you must have an ePass account and SIMS BE account set up prior to us granting you authority through the new business filing system. One of the questions you may be asking with the annual report season fast approaching us is, how do I file an annual report online? Following the validation of your activation code, select the link to your business entity under My Items on your dashboard. Next, click Maintain. From the available options, select File Annual Report. The system will guide you through the annual report process. Thank you for viewing our webinar presentation. A recording of this presentation will be available on our website in the Help Center after the webinar. Similar to launching any new software, we are prepared to assist customers through any challenges that may occur. This is a fresh start for Business Services Division, and we are confident SIMS BE will allow us to provide even greater customer services to you. Please visit our website to learn more about SIMS BE, and do not hesitate to contact us with any questions you may have. Have a wonderful day. I will now turn it over to Mark for any questions you may have for us.
Thanks, Tana. I've only gotten a few questions, and one is about lost activation code and how do I have that resent to me, which Tana did cover later in the presentation after that question came in. Also, will the presentation be available? And I think you answered that question too. In a couple days that will be available on our website. If you go to sos.mt.gov, click on Business Services, and there's a large band of SIMS activities in the center of that. Click on the Learn, and that will take you to our Help Center for SIMS. Just checking the queue to see if there are any other questions popping up. Will the account I have for Montana property tax reporting get me into ePass?
I don't know the answer to that question.
If it's an ePass account, you can use an existing ePass account. You will log into SIMS, and when it asks you to log in using ePass, you can use that ePass account to access SIMS. Another question. I have received registered agent activation code. Is this the same as an entity activation code?
That's a great question. I covered a little bit on earlier. The registered agent activation code gives you limited authority to maintain your agent information. You can file an annual report for a business. You can change or resign your agent. The business entity activation code gives you more authority to file any kind of business document you'd be able to file against a specific business entity. The way you receive those activation codes are done separately. The business entity activation code, we just went over and discussed that in this webinar. There is a webinar out there available for registered agent activation codes, which is a different process. You would still click, I did not receive an activation code, and from there you would enter your business entity name and then confirm your registered agent authority.
Okay, another question. I'm involved with two entities, a nonprofit and an LLC. Will my ePass account get me into both? And that answer is yes. The key there is to log into SIMS and first, rather than logging into ePass, go to the SIMS landing page, click Login using ePass, and use that ePass account, and you can get access to both of those. Another question, do you have to have a separate SIMS logon if you have more than one business?
No, a single SIMS login will get you to all the businesses that you need to represent. You just enter your activation code for each business, and you follow the same process for each business that you have that we just covered.
Okay, I see no more questions in the queue. Again, these Q&As will be updated to our website in a couple days and available through our Help Center. Again, click on sos.mt.gov, click on Business Services, and in the middle you'll see several actions you can do with SIMS. Click on the Learn tab, and that will take you to our Help Center. I want to thank everybody for attending today, and thank you for all your questions, and have a great day. Thank you.